Hi everyone, I'm Holly, and before we really get started, I want to share a little bit about the Higher Love Challenge and how it came about, and why this work matters so much to me, and why I feel called to help people with love, healing patterns, and relationships. I have studied many different books, taken several spiritual courses, and gained a lot of knowledge. And still, I feel like I don't know anything. But at the same time, I also know that I do know some things. I know I'm not always right. I know I'm not always going to say some things the right way. I know I'm just as imperfect as anyone else. But I also believe that we are all perfect in our imperfections. The imperfections are perfect because everything you are is literally everything you need. The struggles you are currently having are not random. I believe they are here to teach you lessons, to help you heal, to help you become more of who you really are. Pain is one of our biggest teachers, as much as we don't like it. Emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I really believe that going through pain can purify our souls if we allow it to open us instead of harden us. This course is not about me, but I'm going to use some of my experiences to relate to you, because I don't want to stand here and act like I learned about love from a book. I learned about love by needing it and chasing it and misunderstanding it and being hurt by it, and eventually realizing that there is a higher kind of love than the kind most of us were taught. I had a rough childhood, and I'm grateful for it in a strange way, not because it was okay, not because it didn't hurt, but because without all of that difficulty, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. My mom is an alcoholic, my dad is a drug addict, and they are both still that way. They have been my whole life. I always wanted to be a helper or a healer of some kind, because at the age of 4 or 5, I wanted to heal my parents. My dad left at 4 or 5, so she would yell and scream at me most of the time. She was always in a hurry, always stressed out, and she never had time to play with me or talk to me. I grew up on welfare, and my mom put herself through college to better our lives. And as much as she was struggling internally, I've always been proud of her for being strong enough to complete college and move to another state where she knew no one. I watched her jump from bad relationship to bad relationship, and it never seemed to change. My mom was extremely selfish and narcissistic, like addiction can make people. So she only knew how to give me conditional love. She only gave herself conditional love. But in my heart, somehow, I knew there was something bigger. I knew there was unconditional love, higher love, divine love, a love that didn't make you perform for it, a love that didn't disappear when you had needs, a love that didn't punish you for being human. I was always on the hunt for love. When I was 12, my grandpa taught me about chat rooms, and that is where I met a 30-year-old pedophile who groomed me for 2 years. He tricked me into meeting up with him, and eventually the FBI got involved because my mom found out. I was crushed and confused and completely humiliated. My mom told everyone she knew, and I wanted it to be a secret. I felt so ashamed and dirty. So my 14-year-old mind decided that love was dangerous. I didn't get unconditional love from my mom. I didn't get it from my dad. And when I thought I found love, someone called the FBI. That definitely does something to a person. And that became part of my blueprint for love. Love felt really unsafe. Love felt confusing. It felt like I wanted more than anything but also something that could destroy me. And I hate talking badly about my mom, because she definitely wasn't the best mom, but I also know she went through so much trauma herself. And as Tony Robbins says, if you can blame your parents for the worst things, you can blame them also for the best things too. So yes, I can blame her for the verbal abuse, and I can also blame her for my drive, my strength, my resilience, and my desire to not give up on myself. She did the best she could with what she had. I really believe most of us are doing the best we can with what we have, even when our best hurts other people. For most of my life, I was depressed and completely miserable. I hated my life. I hated myself. And honestly, I wanted to die. But when I was 17, I went to therapy, thanks to my brother, Jesse, and that was the first place where I finally felt validated. Someone was actually listening to me. Someone wasn't gaslighting me. Someone wasn't making me feel like I was being dramatic or crazy for having feelings. I remember being completely shocked that I wasn't as crazy as I thought I was. I was wounded. I was traumatized. I was trying to survive things I didn't even fully understand yet. And years down the road, I found who I thought was the man of my dreams, only to find out 8 years later that he was actually just a slightly upgraded version of my controlling alcoholic mom. That was probably one of the biggest awakenings of my life, because that is what happens when we don't heal our patterns. We don't always choose what's healthy. We choose what's familiar. We choose what our nervous system recognizes. We choose people who feel like home, even when home was painful. About 5 or 6 years into that marriage, I was working as an optician, and a lady came in to get an exam, and she purchased glasses, and she complimented how spiritual I was. I looked at her feeling so confused, because at that point in my life I didn't even believe in God, which is a whole other story, but she really got my attention. She ended up bringing me a book in called A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. And I held on to that book for about 2 years before I finally picked it up to read it. That book changed something in me. It was about the ego, the parts of us that wants, grasps, compares, resists, defends, judges, and is never truly satisfied. And it helped me start seeing that so much of my pain was not just about what happened to me, but about the identity I had built around what happened to me. It helped me realize that I wasn't just looking for love. I was looking for someone to save me from the parts of myself I had not learned how to love yet. And that realization started opening doors for me spiritually, emotionally, and relationally. Since then, I have studied healing, spirituality, ego, relationships, trauma patterns, self-worth, energy work, feminine and masculine dynamics, attachment styles, inner child work, and the deeper reasons we attract certain kinds of people. I'm not saying that makes me better than anyone. I'm not saying that makes me a therapist. I'm not saying I'm a guru. I'm just saying that I have lived this. I've studied this. I have cried through this. And I have repeated painful patterns. I have blamed myself. I have hated myself. I have abandoned myself completely. And I have also fought like hell to come back to myself. And that's why I care so much about this higher love. Because higher love is not just about finding a partner. It's not just about getting married or being chosen. or being desired or having chemistry. Higher love is about healing the parts of you that thinks love has to hurt. And it's about recognizing the difference between intensity and intimacy. I'm getting a little teary-eyed here. It is just about understanding why chaos can feel like passion and why peace can feel boring or unfamiliar when your nervous system is used to pain. It's about seeing why we may be attracted to people who recreate our childhood wounds. It's about learning how to receive love without sabotaging it, chasing it, controlling it, or begging for it. It's about learning to love from your soul instead of your survival patterns. That is what this challenge is here to help you do. This is a place where we're going to look at our love honestly. We're going to look at our patterns, our childhood programming, our past relationships, our beliefs, our fears, and the kind of love we actually want to create moving forward for ourselves. And I'm being this vulnerable with you because I want you to know that you have permission to be real here too. You don't have to show up polished. You don't have to pretend that your past was prettier than it was. You don't have to minimize what you have been through to make other people feel comfortable. You don't have to hide parts of your story that shaped you. We're not judging anyone. We're adults. We can handle the truth. And the truth is, most of us have been shaped by some kind of pain. That pain does not have to be the end of the story. It can become the doorway to deeper awareness, deeper healing, and deeper love. The Higher Love Challenge came from my own desire to understand why love felt so hard, why I had repeated so many patterns, and why I still believed in something beautiful even after everything I had been through. And it also came through the relationship and conversations that Johnny and I have had together. Johnny and I are not here because we have some perfect relationship where we never struggle. We are here because our relationship has brought real things in both of us up. It has shown us where we still need healing. It has shown us where we have old patterns. It's shown us what it can look like to choose honesty, softness, and growth, and deeper understanding instead of running from the uncomfortable parts of ourselves. It's been a mirror. We're a mirror of each other. And Johnny has his own story. He has his own background, his own pain, his own lessons, and his own perspective on love, healing, and relationships as well. One of the reasons I'm grateful we are doing this together is because higher love is not just a woman's journey. It's not just about feminine healing or masculine healing. It is about all of us learning how to become more honest with ourselves, more aware, more emotionally responsible, and more capable of loving from a higher place. So I wanted you to hear where my heart comes from first. And now I want Johnny to share his side, who he is, what shaped him, and what he has learned about love, and why this challenge matters to him too. I love you all. Thank you.
I'm Johnny. I've been alone most of my life, struggling with patterns of worry and self-doubt. I couldn't get out of my head and just be myself in relationships. I was once married for a few years, but depression and anxiety had an increasingly firmer grip on me over the years, robbing me of joy and hope until she decided to leave me. After falling down to a level lower than I had known, I was finally ready to be honest and be my authentic self. I began truly being present and paying attention to signs from the universe. And then at a Renaissance fair, I decided to get my first psychic reading. I was told that there was a new lover heading to me, already making way to be with me. She was independent, mentally sound, emotionally stable, a girl who was on the same spiritual path as me. However, first, I needed to do some serious work on myself to make myself ready. The psychic knew I was hurting from my last relationship and needed a good therapist. She was right, and she ended up sending me info the next day for her grad school friend who became my therapist. I began learning what I was carrying, like patterns from my mom's anxiety and patterns from my sister's judgment, with the processing of my every single thought. So along with traditional therapy, I got an offer to attend a spiritual retreat where I got the honor of meeting the most loving lifelong friends and to do ayahuasca with them. Combined with psilocybin journeys over the next several months, I was able to do a lot of difficult inner work that had crippled me over time. My mind was renewed and I was able to hope again. The transformation made me dedicated to healing people. My therapist even released me, saying I no longer showed signs of depression or anxiety, and a month later I replied to a post on a spiritual singles Facebook group. I wasn't yet looking to meet this girl my psychic said was on her way to me. So that wasn't where my head was at when I commented on a post a super cute spiritual girl had left on the group page, introducing herself. Her name was Holly, and she seemed like she had such a light inside. I wasn't trying to flirt or anything, I just wanted to comment something supportive and tell her I felt like she would find her soul connection, her higher love. She sent me a friend request and a private message. And after much investigating to ensure I wasn't being tricked, catfished, and that she was in fact a real person with a real Facebook account, I accepted the request and messaged back. We seemed to have a shorthand instantly and were able to skip a bunch of steps couples normally have to go through. She told me I had better be on my own mission to save the planet because that's the man that she knew was coming her way. I told her we needed to talk, so we talked on a video chat all day and all night. We talked incessantly every day, stayed on video calls overnight so we could be there when the other woke up. Then I set my fear aside and moved 2 states away to be with my Holly. She has helped me identify countless patterns and trauma I had overlooked or not explored deeply enough. And now, the two of us want to share everything we've both learned and learn from others who have found or wish to find higher love. Love can be the antidote to suffering. Please join us in spreading it. If higher love has eluded you, we really want to be your support team in finding aligned partners. And if you found true love and want to keep it, take it higher, share your insights, we'd be honored for you to join us. The Higher Love Challenge is completely free. Please join us, share, grow, connect.